Hi everybody. Now this is where I'm going to breaking my duck as far as Pagani design is concerned. So this arrived actually over a month ago now, and I've just been wondering how to go about presenting it to you. So first of all, it comes in a nice cardboard box with a very snazzy magnetic flaps, quite strong too actually. I'm not so sure about the sense of putting a magnet next to a mechanical watch. So let's just bring it out a minute. Okay. So we zoom that in, focus it nicely. That's reasonable. Okay, so far so good. The AliExpress description claims it has some kind of a box sapphire crystal. Well, it is sapphire. Good-o. Okay, while we're going on about the good and bad bits, this watch, apart from the fact it doesn't bloody work, the bracelet, it seems quite nice. Now, I should remind you, I paid about £75 for this. And you've got solid links, and the articulation on it is really nice. And you've got the shell and the clasp, it's everything. I think the shell is pressed, but the clasp is milled, and it works well enough. And you got pushers on it, so you got like with this as well, so you got kind of a belt and braces sort of clasp system. And the case back's quite pretty. I'll show you that under the microscope, I think. I'd say this watch is a bit of a hodgepodge of good and bad things. As I said, the bracelet's quite nice. The bezel, well, it could be improved. It's a bit, see, I barely touched that, it just started to go around. But it does make a nice click. I think it's 120 unidirectional. And then it lines up nicely enough. But yeah, you got a bit of back play. Not any wobble, but it's a bit of back play. That's the worst you could say about it. The dial, it's okay. It's not like the watch it's ripping off, or excuse me, homaging. And I like the fact it doesn't have a date window in it. So what they've got in here is a stone dead Seiko NH38, but I won't bother doing the crown action for you because it doesn't bloody work. As for the loom, anybody who's ever heard of Pagani watches or owned any will tell you the loom is, well, to put not too fine a point on it, crap, and this one's no exception. So as I say, I won't insult you by showing it in my bathroom. Okay, so there we go for that. Well, I was just trying to get the bracelet off to take the case back off to look at the movement, and all the wrestling around it started ticking. Rather interesting. Let's have a look on the time graph and see what it's doing. Okay, just to test the time graph, I've got my Proxima Avocado on. As you can see, it's running rather beautifully, and it has been. It's been running for a week, and that's the error on it. Well, the Pagani design's a slightly different story. It keeps picking out something is way wrong with the movement. It's telling us it's 6 ticks a second, but that's about all. And then it goes into exclamation marks with the accuracy, and it flips out. So the time graph is not really picking up very much useful information. The amplitude is well down. So that leads us to a certain course of action. Let's just try this for a comparison with the reluctance of the Pagani design to operate. Let's see what happens if I do this. Yes. There you go. And that will set itself just nicely right there. Good old Casio. Can't beat them. There is one thing I feel a little bit guilty about. I contacted the seller when it arrived and wasn't working, and the seller was completely useless. So I opened a dispute with AliExpress, and within 10 days I got a full refund. So I don't know, I don't feel very guilty. I mean, it should have worked properly when it arrived. It's not working properly now. Well, the course of action is now quite clear to me. I'm not going to mess about with it myself. I'm going to take it to a competent watch repairer and see if he can either regulate the movement, or I have quite a sound NH38 movement that was from a previous job that I never got round to. So that might be the best course of action. We shall see. Okay, well, that's about that. So I hope you have a great Sunday. That's when I'm filming. Might go out another day, but anyway, there it is. Pagani design. Oh, I should have stuck to racing cars, shouldn't I? Okay, thanks. Ta-da for now.